Hi guys, it's Roya. As you may already know, we're 15 weeks pregnant. Well, our surrogate is, and you know, going through this surrogacy process, there was just so many things that I learned, and I just can't wait to share with you things to prepare for and expect in a surrogacy process as an intended mother or intended parent. So the first thing, okay, is the importance of the meds. Why is it important for her to have this preparation of progesterone and estrogen supplements? I mean, not supplements, but, well, yeah, prenatal vitamins, suppositories, like all of these things. Why are they important before the transfer? And you may know it, right? It's because to help, I mean, well, you may know if you've um, have tried having a baby, you've had multiple IVFs and so forth, and you can't. And one of the reasons why we're here, for many of us intended mothers, um, we did this, all these meds and all these things to keep the pregnancy or to help it implant. But for a surrogate, it's different because, for most of them, they've all had kids before. And so they don't, if it's their first time doing it too, right? They don't understand maybe to themselves, like this whole world of IVF. Why all these meds? I mean, they got pregnant. They didn't have to do any of these medications, really, most of them pretty much. So why do they have to have these meds? So it's interesting because the fertility clinics not only do this to plump up the uterus and have it ready for implantation so that the embryo can implant, but this is interesting. One thing I learned was, uh, and maybe some of you already know, but her body could reject the embryo, especially if it's not her egg, right? So it's going to think that it's a foreign body. So to try and convince her body into believing that this is hers by giving it so much progesterone and estrogen and all these things and all this support to continue on with the pregnancy if it implants, knock on wood it does, um, you know, it helps support it up until the baby's able to support itself at, like, I think 8, 9, 10 weeks. It's producing its own hormones, and so therefore, at that point, the body realizes it's pregnant and it's going to support the pregnancy, right? Because the baby's producing its own hormones. Whereas before, it's like, what? I don't understand. This isn't my egg. Who are you? Attack, 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 right? So those things are important. That's why the meds are there. So it's important that she does not mess, miss any of her meds, that she's on point. Unfortunately, I have come across many surrogate, well, intended parents they've lost the pregnancy in the very early stages, or didn't get pregnant only because they found out that the surrogate was missing some of her meds. Like, she kind of skipped a couple. She forgot to do this. She forgot to do that. Not saying that's all necessarily the reason why, but you can't help but wonder, right? So please make sure you have that conversation with your surrogate, that the importance of why she's to take it, not just to help her get pregnant, but to support the pregnancy. And if you don't feel comfortable talking to her about it directly, then maybe you could talk to the fertility clinic to talk to her if you don't have an agency, or have your agency speak with her. Or, at some point, it's good to have communication with her, right? You could say it nicely. I don't know. Talk to her about it. Let her know how important that is. Okay? So that's number one.